And we welcome you to this South Medford game. We've had all kinds of excitement both here in the booth and on the field. Our camera thought the game started at 5 apparently, so we had to tell it differently. But in the meantime, South Medford had an injured player, a collision. It was going down the line. I had my head down, so I'll have to get information from other people about how that one worked out. And there's the third out of the inning. Well, we'll get back and recap it for you as Eugene scored a couple pretty quickly. But we'll recap that for you when we come back as you're listening to the Lithia Super Bowl, now let's start over again. You're listening to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on TableRockSports.net.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
We're settled in somewhat here now as we head to the bottom of the first. It's a 2-0 lead for the South Eugene Axe as hitting a double to get things going was Michael Grilly, and then he came around and scored. Actually, Humphrey scored the run. Humphrey leading things off for them, Gino Humphrey, and he got a walk and he came around to score. So we'll start with South Medford here. That was one of the runs that came in. The other run that came in was well, they didn't tell me how the other run came in, so let me go back here, and I will certainly tell you in a moment. Grilly scored on a doubles on a fly ball to center field. Humphrey scores, and Alexander also came around and scored for South Eugene. Leading things off now for North Medford. South Medford. Yeah, thank you. My guy there is going to help me out here and keep me straight. I don't usually do South Medford, so you have to forgive me. It's Keegan Painter, and Painter takes ball one.
He's a stud.
That one's upstairs, so that'll be ball 2, 2-0 in the Battle of the Souths here. South Eugene looking for their first win of the season, 0-5. The problem has really been pitching. It's not so much hitting. You talked to their coach before the game, and of course they're really short-handed right now. There's strike one. But as he says, they're really short-handed. They basically have 11, 12 players. Now what do we have? And we're going to tuck to the pitcher. First base umpire's out there, so now it's the home umpire is going to join the conversation. Alexander is out on the mound for the South Eugene Axe. But he says he just doesn't have enough players. He says he's got a couple of good players. In fact, he has a couple of players that he believes could play at the next level. They're only juniors this year, so we'll find out more about that. There's strike two called. And we'll go 2-2 pretty quickly now. So we'll find out about that, he says, as they go along. But maybe next year we'll discuss that a little more as to how that's going for him. And there's a hits Batman.
Now batting for the
Easton Douglas will step in. The lefty up there with nobody out, one on. That was fouled. Oh, down the right field line. Meanwhile, South Medford's taking off. They're 5-1 to begin the season. Hounds outside on a 1-1 count now. And they've done really well. Coach was a little reluctant to talk too much about their successes. They need to keep it going. And really, there's a little hopper. It's going to be played on one bounce. Not going to get him at second. Not going to get him at first. Everybody's safe. Roberts took it on a hop, and he was a little slow in getting it over to Radzitsky at second base, and so that'll go as a hit, I would imagine. Haven't quite put it up on the scoreboard yet, but one would think that would go as a hit. Cole Johannes at the plate. He'll look at ball one. As we said, South Eugene's problem right now is just pitching. They can hit. They can score runs. That's not their problem. They just can't stop anybody from scoring runs. But only 12. They're rebuilding the roster. And everybody's going to be safe. Faked the bunt. Took the strike. But behind the plate, Sherman wasn't able to handle it. And got away just enough for everybody to advance. 90 feet, now it's a 1-1 count. That's foul one. Johannes. He's going to line one out. No, right to the second baseman. And he threw it away. It came to him on one hop, apparently, and he threw it away. And 2-run score.
Now batting for Panthers, number 1, Dalton Rutgers.
So Ratsky had it. All he had to do was throw it to first base. He didn't get it done. So now a 2-2 game here. I guess I should give South Eugene their due, huh? They did score a couple in the first. And looking at ball one is, we'll get there yet. Dalton Rutgers. And throw it back to, at least fake a throw back to second base, but Johannes is pretty back there pretty easily. Now he's going to get rid of some extra paraphernalia. A little extra equipment he didn't need. Outside. 2-0. There's strike 2, or 1. Humphreys doesn't waste a lot of time out there. Strike 2. Coach Derringer, as we were saying, they're rebuilding the program. They had a lot of people quit on the program, kind of a lot of negativity around it. That one's popped up. Humphreys chasing it. Humphreys drops it in foul territory. But they're just rebuilding it. He said they had a swimmer this year, and he'll come back. He has agreed to come back and play baseball next year, this next season, not this one, but next season. And he's a catcher that, according to Coach Derringer, probably has college potential in him. That would certainly help South Eugene's case if he'd come back. That's outside. 3-2. Right now, the Panthers trying to make a do here and get something done. There's still nobody out. There's a shot. Oh, that one's handled by Ratsky just fine. Thank you very much. One away. That brings up Roberts. Brody Roberts with his first at-bat. Strike one. And there's a line. That one's going to get down. Nobody's getting to that one. Here comes Johannes around. Is heading into second and now taking off for third is Roberts, and he'll hold up with a stand-up triple. And the RBI to go with it.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 2, Maximus Ely.
I did not entertain.
Maximus Ely. Standing there. I said there was none out. There's actually one. There's one sent out to the shortstop. They're going to send this one over to first base. There's two away. So handling it nicely that time was Roberts and getting it over to Grilly.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 3, Randy Patrick.
There's now two in the book for South Eugene. Randy Patrick take his first look at Humphreys. Another run came in and scored. I suppose we should acknowledge that on that throw. Outside. Ball one. Strike. Tell you what, the umpire this afternoon lets you know when it's a strike. He won't have much voice left. That's lined into right field. That's going to get down. That's a fair ball. That's going to get all the way to the wall. Here goes Patrick running around. He's headed to second. He's going to be headed to third. He'll be in there with a stand-up triple. Oh, they're going to get him if he doesn't get back. Almost ran right through the stop sign. Woo.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 12, Clayton.
Pulled the parachute, and the parachute didn't react on time, I'll tell you that. But still, Patrick over at third base with a stand-up triple. There's still two out. That gets us to Clayton Saul. He'll line one into left. That will get Patrick home. It's a 5-2 ball game.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 11, Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas will take his first swings, playing DH today. That's sent out to right field. Nobody's going to get that. It'll fall foul. And looking on Game Changer, I'm thinking they're wrong here by one on there. They're going to have to fix that. There's strike one. Actually, be strike two. And they're going to touch him out on that one. And that will end the inning. We head to the top of two, as we do. It's now South Medford 5, South Eugene 2 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. They have offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Now batting for the Axe, number 11, Bryce Roberts.
We head to the top of the second as we do. Bryce Roberts will lead it off. For South Eugene, they trail it by 3. He'll take strike one. That will miss, but barely. 1-1. So it hasn't been a defensive gem already here this afternoon, as South Eugene has 2 errors and South Medford has 1. We only played 1 inning. We'll see if they can get that all tightened up. I wouldn't miss this. From our vantage point, they look really close, but if we had a different vantage point, maybe not so much. Swing and a miss. 3-2. There's a swing and a miss, and there is 1 away.
Now batting for the Axe, number 10, Bowie Graham.
Oh, Graham. Well, that's even. Graham's will step in there. Illy has only thrown 18 pitches. That one misses. There's not a lot. I think I had a coach tell me once that in high school ball, you hope they could hang around right around 15. That one's going to be laced into center field and be played on 1 hop. And standing down at first base will be Graham's. Patrick got over there to get it, but cut it off and hold him to a single. But Patrick's still down there on first base. Or make that Graham's, not Patrick. Brown will step in. Zane Brown, and stepping off the mound was Illy. Brown waving that bat, as you can see. He'll take strike one. That one's way outside. Ball one. Douglas came up like he was going to fire down to first. He didn't. Graham's got back a little faster than that. There's a throw over. Graham's is
There's number 5 right here.
Johannes.
So his game is done.
Out inside. Two and one. There's strike 2 called. Umpire says I'm wrong. It's 1 and 2. They throw over. Safe again. That's way outside. 2 and 2. 3 and 2. The umpire's not going to like me today if I don't keep up. The actual scoreboard operator, sometimes if the and there's one that's going to get stopped right there by the shortstop. Fire over to first. Yes. Painter getting to that one and stopping it and getting up and able to throw out Brown for the second out. It does allow Grams to get down to second base. That gets us back to the top of the order. And Gino Humphrey. Humphrey came around and scored. He walked his first time up. He's outside with that one. There's a strike called. And we're at 1 and 1. And we got timeout. Everybody gets resettled. That's going to be laced out to right field, but right there to grab that one is Saul. That will end the inning. We head to the bottom of 2. And on the John L. Scott scoreboard, it's South Medford 5, South Eugene 2. They have offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
We're back here and the bottom of the second inning, and South Medford leads it 5-2 over the South Eugene Axe. Some things that we probably should have told you a long time ago and didn't tell you, as Abby's Pizza always hosts the pregame show, and would have if our camera would have known what time to start. With locations to serve you throughout Southern Oregon, make Abby's Pizza your post-game stop. With a menu that covers all your family favorites, Abby's is an Oregon post-game tradition since the 1970s. We'll see you after the game at Abby's.
Now heading to the Panthers, number 13, Keegan Painter.
Painter to lead things off for the Panthers.
He got hit last time.
That one's fouled back. Hit by pitch last time. Is it at the bat or at the plate? That one's fouled back. I guess the insult of it all is he didn't even get to come around and score after that. That one's fouled. Talking to Coach Derringer, he was telling me that he was on this field 20 years ago, coaching a game. That one's fouled away down the right field line. He was coaching the Vancouver Cardinals, American Legion. I was down here taking on the Medford Mustangs. This is his only other trip to the Medford Valley to play baseball. Painter fouls that one back. We'll stay at 2-2. He did most of his coaching up in Washington, took a break, and now is back at it again with South Eugene to see if he can't rebuild the program. That's foul. The Painter making Humphreys work out there. Humphreys is throwing 35 pitches. It's only the second inning for him. It's a lot of pitches. That one's fouled away. Painter's going to get the umpire to use all of the balls in his sack. That one's outside. 3-2.
Full count, huh?
It went outside.
There's ball 4. So, the leadoff walk there for Painter. Let's see what Douglas can do. The catcher, he scored a run. He has a hit. He's 1 for 1. There's strike 1. He had a single. And down to second goes Painter. He's there. And they manage to keep the ball in the infield.
He is quick.
That throw from Sherman almost made it out to center field. That would have been disastrous for South Eugene. Douglas steps back in there with a 1-1 count. There's the bunt. That's put down. That's going to get air. Everybody's going to be safe. Yep. Brown dropped it. I don't know. They put it up as a hit immediately. So that becomes the 4th hit for South Medford in this ball game. I guess Johannes back up there. He's going to put down a bunt. He's going to go foul. Boy, if that would have stayed fair, though, he had a good one going. Because Humphreys would have had no ability to turn and fire to home, mostly because the catcher, Sherman, had already taken off up the line. Not realizing you have a runner on third base, you have to protect home plate. We'll see if Johannes can do it again. This time it's ball one, and taking off down to second base is Douglas.
0 outs, 2 dual threat.
And that's going to get through. That'll score one as here comes Painter. And being held up is Douglas. Thought for sure they would have sent him, but South Eugene gets that in quickly. So they do get the one.
Number 1, Dalton Rutgers.
Rutgers steps up there. He's 0 for 1. And throw over to first, but way too late. Johannes is back easily. That one's going to get through, and here comes Douglas to score, and South Medford's going to have first and second.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 10, Brody Roberts.
Roberts steps up there. Got one too many on the board for South Medford. Well, they need to make up their mind. I was right. 7 runs, 6 hits, and an error right now for the Panthers. There's strike one. You can see the strategy for South Medford easily. Right now, they're going to make Humphreys put it in the strike zone, or we're not swinging. Misses that one. Johannes down at second base. Rutgers down at first. Not being held on either. That one's going to go foul. Way foul. Everybody will readjust, and I think that is the end of Mr. Humphreys. It is. They will make a pitching change. We will take this time out. As you're listening to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on TableRockSports.net.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
And just like that, they're ready to go. They don't need warm-up pitches. That's going to be fouled out of play. Roberts is up there at 1 and 2. Strike 3. There's one away.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 2, Maximus Ely.
Ely. The pitcher's going to step in. Now what do we have? Now you got to make a change for sure. You're right. Yep. I thought they'd made the change on the last one. Apparently not. Decided to give Humphreys one more batter, and he got the batter out. So Greeley will come in and pitch for South Eugene. Well, we'll just keep it here since I'll do one more. He's going to be a couple of minutes. We'll take another quick break. We'll be right back on TableRockSports.net.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
We return to Harry and David Field, the Lithia Superstore game of the night here on TableRockSports.net. That's a 7-2 lead on the John L. Scott scoreboard. They have offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene. Pitching change out on the mound now is Greeley. Ely will be at the plate. So just quick like before they get started, as you can see right now, South Medford pretty much dominating this whole thing. First pitch to Ely. Outside. Everybody goes. Everybody's safe. It gets down the left field line as it gets off of the glove of Brown. And coming in is Johannes. That'll make it 8. And getting to third base is Rutgers. I'd say you're going to have to count that as an error on Brown. Third of the night on the South Eugene Axe. And a 1-0 count on Ely, make it 2-0. Three and 0. This is one of the other things that Coach Derringer just alluded to, and that is once they get past their starters, pitching becomes suspect. But I would think that that would be true at every level. Even at the professional level, that's going foul. Even at the professional level, when you get to the bullpen, there's a certain point. If you get beyond the first two guys out of the bullpen, maybe you can put the team pretty much in trouble. There's going to be a grounder out to short. Fire over to first, dropped it. Alexander now playing out at shortstop. Had it. Threw it over to Brown, who's now playing first base, as Roberts now is over at third. They made a lot of changes there. Brown just dropped it. Patrick at the plate. He's 1-for-1. That's going to be out of play. I'll reset my personal scoreboard here. Patrick with a triple. And drove in a lot of those runs in the first inning. In fact, Patrick, I don't give him credit for any RBIs, but there's a throwback. And Healy is safe. But he did score a run. And that's going to get all the way to the backstop. And now Ely stands down at second base. That one, unfortunately for Sherman, they called it a wild pitch. I would have called it a pass ball. It hit his glove. But a wild pitch is what it is. Hess is going to get through. And to get Ely in. Nope, they're going to stop him right there at third base. And South Medford will have first and third.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 12, Clayton Saul.
Saul. Will stand in there. There's still only one out in this inning. Going down to second and getting in there safely. You can't advance on that. Everybody thought about advancing, but you're not advancing. That's 0-1. On Saul. He took that strike looking. Scoreboard says it's 9-2. Well, we'll go with the scoreboard. Oh, there's a nice looking strike. Little bend and curve to that one. Outside. One and two. Four errors on South Eugene to help South Medford's cause. That's down low. Two and two. Swing and a miss. And that would be the second out. That was a pretty good change up there.
For the Panthers, number 11, Isaiah Thomas.
Thomas. Let's see what he can get done. And it's not going to get by far enough for anybody to do anything either. Patrick and Ely have to hold. There's strike one. Swing and a miss. My goodness, that time Clark was swinging to see if he could get it over the fence, I guess. There's strike 3. And the inning is over. We head to the top of 3 as we do on the John L. Scott scoreboard. It's now South Medford 9, South Eugene 2. John L. Scott, they have offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can, as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as the fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning...
We're back with the bottom of the third, or top of the third, and we're at the top of the third. Alexander will lead it off for South Eugene.
Whoa.
And chasing that one down out there nicely is, well, a little slow in getting things changed over. But the change.
Now batting for Eugene, number 13, Bert Sherman.
Sherman at the plate. Sherman sends one down the third baseline, and he'll be safe over at first. That'll be the second error.
Double play coming up. Watch.
Roberts couldn't quite come up with it. There's another one. It's going to be sent out to left field, but right there to grab it is Thomas. 2 away.
Now batting for Eugene,
Grilly flying out.
Miles Radetsky.
Raditsky. We'll see what he can get done. Raditsky swings and misses. A lot of first ball swinging here by the Axe in this inning. It's outside. 1-1. Strike 2. And it's 1-2. Throw down to second. They got him. Sherman took off for second base, but to no avail as Douglas fires a strike down to second base to end that. We head to the bottom of the third. As we do, it's still South Medford 9, South Eugene 2 on the John L. Scott scoreboard.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherm's, We're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherm's Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Welcome back to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night here on TableRockSports.net. Getting out there finally is Sherman, I believe it is. It's their catcher. He had been just finishing up batting, so.
Now batting for the Panthers, Keegan Painter.
Painter to lead things off. They say he has not had an official at-bat today, but he scored 2 runs. And he'll take ball 1 to get things started. Top of the lineup here for the Panthers. It's created all kinds of problems for South Eugene. That's outside. Ball 2. Strike. No. Ball 3. Excuse me. Three and 0. Painter will take ball 4. Oh, he'll take the lead-off walk and.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 8, Easton Douglas.
And 1-10. Once again, here comes the Panthers, and they need to roll some. They scored 5 in the first, 4 in the second. Douglas, who is 2 for 2 at the plate. That throw over doesn't even come close to getting Painter. Douglas has a couple of singles. That's going to get away from Sherman. And that'll let Douglas get down to second base. Or Painter to second base, excuse me. I think I said Douglas was going there. Douglas is at bat. Painter's down at second base. That's way over everybody's head. Painter's down to third base.
Let's get to this 5th inning. Come on.
That would be another wild pitch on South Eugene. And South Eugene wants to tuck that over. You can tell when things aren't going quite well. There's a lot of foot scuffing that takes place out there. Fans, our sponsors make it possible to bring you our spring sports coverage. Thank you to General Manager Justin Lombardi and our title sponsor again in 2026, the Lithia Superstore on Highway 62. They're your home for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles and trucks. The 2-0 inside. 3-0. Strike 1. Like we said earlier in the game, they're going to make South Eugene throw a strike. Strike two. They can throw strikes. There's ball four.
Here we go.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 4, Cole Johannes.
Johannes will step up to the plate. He's been up there twice. Has a hit. 3 RBIs. Scored a couple of runs. He's been like the guy. Inside. That goes right to first. There's one away, and that's all they're going to get. That's going to go out into right field. 1 run had already come in to score, but Douglas is going to stay right there. Painter comes in and scores.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 1, Dalton Rutgers.
Douglas stands out at second base as Douglas is at the plate. Rutgers is 1 for 2. That's going to get out into left field. They're going to say, come on around. That gets past the left fielder, Bisco. And in easily is Douglas. And standing at second base is Rutgers.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 10, Brody Roberts.
Roberts. Looking to see if he can maybe put it into the game. That's foul. We have more movement now. Brody Roberts still at the plate. There we go. The umpires got all of his paperwork done. That's ball 1. Or, yeah, ball 1. 1-1 though. I was a swing and a miss at one that was probably ball 2. Way up there. Starting to take their time out there on the mound now is South Eugene. And that's going to get by the catcher, Sherman, on ball 2. Another wild pitch from Grilly. Two and two. Roberts still looking for something good to swing at here. That's way outside. 3-2. There's ball 4.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 2, Maximus Healy.
What is this guy?
Healy steps in. Now South Medford has first and third. He's 0 for 2 is Healy. He's also got a couple of RBIs, so he's been able to knock them in. Grilly really taking his time out there, and there's a throw over to first, but Roberts back pretty easily. The way the schedule sets up, though, the wait on Grilly's pitch, that's foul back. The way the schedule sets up and the way they're doing it this year in the Southwest Conference, South Medford will be in South Eugene on Saturday for the doubleheader, and that'll be the end of the season series for these two clubs. You only see each other in that 1 week. You play a single on Tuesday, a doubleheader on Saturday, and you're done with each other. That one's fouled away too. 0-2. So if you're a South Medford fan, you're looking and saying, well, that's pretty good, because if we play well, we can get off to a good 3-0 start. You're South Eugene, you're going, yeah, I don't know about this. That's outside, by the way. So it'll be interesting to see how it works out for everybody. There are other conferences, in fact, probably most conferences in the state do it that way. But that really puts the pressure on you to make sure that you win 2 out of 3, because you're not playing them 3 single games anymore. There's strike number 3.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 3, Randy Patrick.
Patrick will come to the plate for the Panthers. Throw over. Patrick is 2-4. Oh, my gadgets are doing here. 2 for 2. Hey, I'll take ball 1 though to get things started. Ball 2. That one's popped out of play. That'll make it 2-1. South Medford still has 2 on at first and third. Couple of RBIs, or at least one out there for Patrick to pick up, even though they're 2 out. And he will. He'll shoot one straight up into center field. They ran right through the stop sign, and they bring him out to third base anyway. So first and third.
Panthers, number 12, Clayton Saul.
And I'll bring up Clayton Saul.
Is that a 10-run lead?
If I remember the rule right, we have to play 5.
10.
No.
5 and 5th.
Yeah, we got 5. We got to play 5 innings.
Yeah.
So That's out of play.
That scoreboard should say 12, Beach.
Yeah, I know.
Saul at the plate. 0 for 1. That's outside. 1-1. Somebody with cleats running by. We can hear them quite clearly. Inside and going down to second base and getting in there safely is Patrick. 2-1. Patrick standing down in second base now. And Saul really has a chance to get something done here. Strike 2. That one's foul, so we'll stay at 2-2. I'll wait for the South Eugene coach, Derringer, to get back up here. Went chasing that one down the left field line. What, does he think he's young or what? There's a swing and a miss. And that will end the inning. We head to the top of 4. And now on the John L. Scott scoreboard, it's South Medford 12, South Eugene 2 on the John L. Scott scoreboard with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit hartinsurance.com.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Super.
Excuse me. We are headed now to the top of 4. Radetsky. I keep putting an N in it. Radetsky. At the plate. Turns to bunt. Pulls it back. Strike 1. Sun trying to peek through here in Southern Oregon. We're expecting rain overnight down here. That's fouled away. I don't know. They said we were going to get rain last night, and I guess we did get a little bit. Certainly not much. There's ball 1.
Oh.
Inside. 2-2. Fouled away. We'll stay at 2-2. Strike 3. There's one away. That's really about all Ely has to do is throw strikes. Bishko will step in there. If Ely can just throw strikes and let the 8 guys behind him handle life, well, he'll be just fine. There's strike 1 as it's fouled away. He's only thrown 44 pitches so far. That's outside. 1-1. So he's in pretty good shape, really. There's one popped out to right field, tracking it and running it down is Saul, 2 away.
Now batting for the Axe, number 11, Roberts.
Roberts, we'll see if he can keep it going here in the top of the 4th. There's strike 1. South Medford will come to bat, of course, in the bottom of the 4th. And strike 2. If you think that they're done trying to score runs, you can think again. They want to put a couple more on to make sure that when they're done batting, that the 10-run rule will be in effect. South Eugene will get to bat in the top of the 5th, but they can't come up with something that would be the end of the game, and Saul's got that one right there. There is the end of the inning. We go to the bottom of 4, and as we do, it's South Medford 12, South Eugene 2. On the John L. Scott scoreboard, they have offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
Whether you're finding flooring inspiration online or exploring our design tools at Lippard's Carpet One, Lippard's creates a shopping experience that's simply irresistible. Your seamless experience awaits at the Shine and Save event. Waterproof click flooring, $249. USA-made laminate and carpet, just $199 and 99 cents a square foot. Only at Lippard's Carpet One, Medford and Grants Pass.
The fan favorite Foremost is back at Abby's. 4 pizzas, 1 legendary meal. Pepperoni, cheese, Hawaiian, and Abby's special all in 1 square. It's hip to be square, but only for a limited time. Order the Foremost at Abby's.com before it's gone. Dinner for under $20? Done. A large Hawaiian is on sale Monday through Thursday at your neighborhood Abby's. Canadian bacon, sweet Dole pineapple, hand-rolled dough. Feed the family for less. That's legendary. That's Abby's.
It's the Lithia Superstore game of the night on TableRockSports.net. Thomas to lead things off for the South Medford Panthers, who have the 10-run lead. See if they can do something about that as he looks at ball 1. Thomas is ahead 1-0. We know about the 10-run rule in high school baseball in the state of Oregon. I was just telling my camera guy, though, I've seen lots of people lose it in the top of the 5th. So I'm not going to say this is over unless South Medford puts some runs on the board. There's a foul. We'll stay at 1-2. Thomas is 1 for 2 on the day. Strike 3.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 13, Keegan Painter.
Painter, the leadoff hitter, gets back up there again.
3 steals, 1 hit.
It's going foul. Painter actually doesn't even have an official at-bat yet. Believe it or not. That's because he's been hit by a pitch, and they've walked him twice. But he has scored 3 runs. And there's one away. Painter still at the plate. Now it's 0-2. The 0-2 swung on. It sent out to third, scooped up and over to first in time. There's 2 away. Douglas to the plate. He's been up there officially a couple of times and has a couple of hits. No RBIs. But he has scored 3 runs. This is going to be sent out to second. Radzitsky over to first. And we'll go to the top of 5 to see what happens here on the John L. scoreboard. It's a 10-point lead for South Medford. They have offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene. Welcome back to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night here on TableRockSports.net. My camera guy, he was interrogating me as to how happy I was about the Sonics potentially, at least potentially. I don't think anybody's agreed yet. Coming back to the Seattle area, telling him I was up in that area. I lived up there. In 1979, I was there when they won their first title. I remember Bob Blackburn being on the call for the Seattle Supersonics. I kind of liked radio broadcasters back then. I thought they were the cool dudes. Forget the players. I mean, when you're short, there's outside. Well, when you're short, you can't make heroes out of basketball players. You know, it just doesn't work. They're too tall. That's up, and underneath it, Patrick, 1 away. So, yeah, if they would come back, that would be really cool. I'll have to give me a Seattle Supersonics hat. My experience with Seattle sports is something else. I was there for the very first radio broadcast back in the area. I lived in there. First radio broadcast. Here's the first pitch to Brown as ball 1. The Seahawks broadcast back in, about 1975 or something like that. And then out sent right back to the pitcher. Ely has it, throws it over to first. And there's 2 away. And then later, and I still remember this, Dave Niehaus did the call for the very first regular season Seattle Mariners game. And Diego Segui was on the mound. And this is the way, when Seattle Mariner fans, we should have known we were in trouble right from the first pitch. That we're never going to get to see the championship there, because Niehaus is all excited as only Niehaus could get. And Segui winds it up, and he fires. There's a pop-up. Right there, this is going to be the 3rd out as Painter grabs it, and it is the ball game. Under the 10-run rule, that means this ball game is over. I'll just finish my story quickly, though. So he gets all excited, and he says, and Segui leans in. He gets the sign. He rocks. He fires. It's a ball one. We should have known we were never going to win a World Series. Right there. That's it. Hey, when we come back, it'll be time for the Know Your Role post-game show. I don't know how many long-suffering Mariner fans are down here in this area, but I'm with you. Hopefully they'll get it together. I'm trying to find my page here. You can do your Know Your Role post-game show, which comes your way next. Visit travelmedford.org/Know Your Role to see how this campaign is changing the culture of youth sports for the better, and to learn about your sport ground where the West Coast comes to play. We're back with that after this timeout on TableRockSports.net.
Sports are in trouble, and officials are in extreme demand.
So we're looking for people like you.
Former athletes,
parents, and community members.
what it takes is attention to detail.
A positive attitude and respect for the game.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
Because the hard truth is,
no ref, no game. Play ball.
We're going to perform them on Sunday for the Easter service at the church I go to. This will be my second time. I better go. Otherwise, it's going to be worse than ever. And we're back with the Know Your Role post-game show. As you listen to all of my comments there, I think I played a 30-second. I meant to play a 1 minute. But let's talk about this game. Really, South Medford got off to a roaring start in this game. They scored 5 runs at the bottom of the first after South Eugene scored a couple in the top of the first inning. We'll just go back and we'll get it all to you here in a moment. They Humphrey walked. Alexander then singled on a hard ground ball out to third, and Humphrey went to second, and then Sherman grounded out. Humphrey advanced to third. Alexander advanced to, as he singled, advanced to second base, and then Grilly came up and hit a double on a fly ball out to center field, and Humphrey and Alexander both scored, and that was the 2 runs that South Eugene got. But South Medford made sure they got it going again. Painter was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Douglas singled on a ground ball to the shortstop, and Painter advanced to second base. And then we had all kinds of excitement as Johannes came in for Lewis, who got hurt in the first inning, by the way. We hope he's okay. We have not heard anything about that. But while all that was going on, Painter stole over to third. Douglas went to second. And eventually, Johannes hit a ground ball and reached on an error by second baseman Radzetsky. And he advances to second on the same air. Painter scored, Douglas scored, and it was a 2-ball game. Rutgers flew out to second baseman Ratsky, and everybody had to hold. But then Roberts tripled on a fly ball out to center field. Humphrey scored. It was 3-2. Ely grounded out to shortstop, and you can't have the shortstop for South Eugene scoring for South Medford. That doesn't work out right. Anyway, Roberts came in to score. That would be the right part. Patrick then tripled on a fly ball out to right field, and Grams came in to score. And Thomas, or the right fielder Grams, he tripled. Thomas then singled out on a fly ball out to left field. Patrick scored, and it was 5-2, and we were only through the first inning. Things went pretty smoothly, more or less 3 up, 3 down for South Eugene. And I'll just take you through the second inning because that's the longest of them here also. But it started with a walk as Painter walked. And then Douglas singled on a bunt out to third base. Painter advanced all the way out to third. Painter also had advanced to second base on a passed ball. Douglas advanced to second on defensive indifference. Johannes singled on a ground ball out to the right fielder. Painter scored. Douglas advanced to third. It was South Medford 6-2 at that point. South Medford got the 7th run on the board when Rutgers singled out to left field. Douglas was able to come in and score. Johannes advanced to second. They finally got an out. Roberts struck out looking. Had a bunch of lineup changes again for South Eugene. Doesn't make any difference. Johannes stole third. Rutgers stole second. Johannes scores on an error by the third baseman. Rutgers advances to third on the same error. And all of a sudden, as Ely had also hit a ground ball and reached on an error by first baseman, it was a 9-0 ball game. And there was a single that kind of slowed things down a little bit. And it was, we left the second inning, it was 9-2, and then South Medford managed to put up 3 more. If we can get it to show us all of that information, 3 more in the top of the third. Innings 4 and 5 were scoreless for both teams. And so South Medford opens up conference play with a win. They're 1-0 in conference play, 6-1 overall now. And they are off to a wonderful start. South Eugene falls to 0-6 on the season, and they're going to struggle a little bit. But like we said, they're going to see each other on Saturday again, as the Panthers will travel up to South Eugene to take on the Axe. We thank you for watching tonight's broadcast. We'd like to thank South Medford High School for hosting the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on TableRockSports.net. And we'd like to thank our officials for being here for tonight's contest. You can visit TableRockSports.net to see when our next live high school sports events are scheduled. Again, the final score on the John L. Scott scoreboard: South Medford 12, South Eugene 2. This has been a presentation of TableRockSports.net. Our executive producer is Joe Brett. With David Alvarez, I'm Terry Ross saying thanks for watching and good night from Lithia and Driveway Fields in Medford, Oregon.